welcome. Yeah. Huh. Plenty of room for everybody, man.
Welcome to I'll Drink Like a Fish. I'm your host, Brian Big Fish Ragland. As always, this is my co-host.
Double D.
Yes. I'm really excited. This, wow, the table moved a bit, 6 inches.
Can you hide it?
I don't want to hide it. This beer is from Choc Brewery.
The legend of Choc beer has it that in 1919, my grandfather, who had become injured in coal mines as a young man, learned how to make this beer from the Choctaw Indians. They brewed beer legally and illegally for pretty much without stop, with breaks in there somewhere, but all the way through Prohibition, from 1925 all the way through Prohibition.
Zach Pritchard, thank you very much for sending us out. And they sent out a bunch of them, so throughout the year we're going to see a few more reviews from them. Reviewers? Paul Reviewers?
Paul Revere?
He who warned the British that they weren't going to be taking away our arms by ringing those bells and making sure as he's riding his horse through town to send those warning shots and bells that we were going to be secure and we were going to be
British are coming. What do I say? Saisons are pretty hot this year.
I've never had a Saison. I have no idea. It sounds fancy.
I think when you say it, you have to say a Saison.
That's all.
Saison.
Ils s'étaient rencontrés sur les bancs de l'école, entre 1 heure de colle, de maths ou un cours d'espagnol. C'était une fille fun, fanat de football, lui ne craignait pas les balles.
Listen, you can hear all of our fans clapping.
I don't hear anything.
The scent on the Saisons, it's very sour.
Well, thanks to Brian, I should have a lot of scent because all I've got is a glass full of head.
I don't think you would turn down head of any kind.
It is very sour.
Sweet and sour, like you get kind of this floral sweetness, and then just this. There's the squint.
It is. It's got a sweet and sour kind of smell. I'm with you.
When he says it, it's magic. When I say it, it's like, eh. What does he know?
Everything I do is magic. Very hazy.
Yes.
It reminds me of a blue moon.
There's no effing reason in this.
Poison in this. Reminds me of like a blue moon or perhaps a shock top. Definitely a wheaty kind of beer.
Like a wit beer.
It looks like I should have an orange peel stuck in the top of this thing. I'm just not saying it should, just saying that it might.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and get your first taste of a Saison.
It's kind of bland. There's a bit of a shiver that went down my spine from like, I don't know if it's the alcohol content or what, 7%. I got a little bit of a shiver from the alcohol, but other than that, it's kind of bland.
It's very typical Belgian. It does have that Belgian yeast to it, where it has that sort of yeasty taste. You do get a sour, or a very sour taste to it. Very dry finish as well, almost like the champagne.
It is an extremely dry finish, yes.
I can see how this is a very refreshing beer when it would probably be a little colder, so it's been sitting out. A little colder.
It tastes like it's been filtered through pennies.
Not a Saison fan.
It's coppery. It is. It tastes like bad tap water, high mineral tap water.
I would like to disagree on all fronts.
As usual.
I like this beer a lot for all the reasons I just listed. I've had a few Saisons, and I think it represents that style. It's not outstanding. There are brewers that do it a little bit better, but I think it represents the style accurately, and it's good. It's a strong showing.
I don't know. I've never had a Saison before. I don't know if this is representative of the style, like you said. If it is, then I'm not a fan of the style. All I know is that personally, I am not a fan of this beer.
Yeah, not a style. Well, you had said before, I don't like IPAs, blah 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 blah, and then you
True.
You moved into IPA, so you may like Saison at a later date, maybe tomorrow, next day.
I'm looking forward to some other brews from Choc Brewery. I mean, I'm not a fan of this particular one, but it could just be I'm not a fan
Right.
of the style, so I am looking forward to some of their other stuff. I know we have an IPA.
We do have an
We've got
IPA.
some other.
We have a wheat beer as well. We have another one of their signature series. He said
Okay,
like
cool. So there's a lot of
six
there's other
of
beer
them out
styles that I may like. I'm looking forward to checking them out.
Me too. I'll order it up for you. Cheers.